R&B Money. We up. Tank. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
This is the R&B Money Podcast.
Yeah.
It is the authority on all things
Tell them what it is. Tell them what it is.
R&B.
Yeah.
We got talent in the building.
Yeah, it's shining. You see I got glasses on.
You see, there's so much shine. It's
Yeah.
the gifts are in the building.
Yes, they are.
Are you well-rounded?
Huh? Do you know your chart?
Do you know?
I don't.
I don't know. I don't mind either. Can you do it all?
Man.
Don't look shy.
Sang it.
Sing it.
Write it.
Write it.
Huh? Act it.
Produce it.
Huh?
Promote it.
Do an impression of it.
Do an impression of it. Make it
the
off to
things.
Jade Novah.
Better clap on that.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
But wait, you don't know your chart, your birth chart?
Hell no.
Do y'all know what time you were born?
Now, you know what? Let's get into the interview. We ain't going to get into
No,
that.
let's do it.
No.
Let's do it.
I don't know any of that.
And
for any of those women in my DMs trying to figure out my chart, I will never tell you because I don't know it.
I was the 7th baby born on January 1st.
I don't know none of that.
It was in the morning.
But you don't know what time.
7:17.
Okay, we'll
I
figure
do
it
know
out.
that my father caught a charge on the day I was born because I seen his police record. Did that do anything?
That
that
has
has
no
something to do with it.
astrological
Cool.
significance.
I absolutely had some astrological significance.
I was
None.
just randomly looking at his rap sheet one day, and I'm like, Dad, are you serious, man? This is my birthday, man.
Was he speeding trying to get to you?
No, he had he had something on him, and he got, yeah.
A little celebratory.
No, not celebratory.
Oh,
Fireworks.
gotcha. Maybe for another time. We'll discuss.
A gun charge.
Jeez.
Doctor go slap my son on the back. So I pulled out on him, hit him again.
See what happened.
Hit him again.
See what happened.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm good. How are
good
you?
to see you.
It's good
I
to
just
see
seen you.
I did. I seen you at South by Southwest talking in a little fireside chat and dropping gems
And a fireside chat. Shout out to Alex Heike over at Sound Royalties.
What you out there talking about, man?
Man, we're talking about the business, man, and getting into the ideas of ownership and ways that the business can help you and in ways that people don't really know or are able to tap into. And Sound Royalties are one of those places that people don't really totally understand how it helps you, how it can help you sustain your business and grow your business and all of these types of things without having to give away ownership.
that part.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was, doing
Yeah.
a panel. And so I was like, what you doing here? This is get the panel, nigga.
I was in the front row like a student.
And now we have an example of independence.
A clear example of
Yeah.
independence.
How you can thrive
Yes.
independently.
Yep.
But also I think, there's so many ways to skin a cat, but I think you've done it in such a way where you've led with your talent.
That analogy scared me. Do we have another option for skinning cats?
As
As a vegan, I find that.
here we go. Here we go.
Would PETA agree with?
Here we go. I mean, but they didn't eat the cat. They just okay. Let's get out of
the
here.
hair can grow back.
Let's just get the hair can grow
The
back.
hair can grow back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll allow it.
we didn't eat the cat.
I'll allow it.
I don't want no part of this.
It's getting fuck the cat.
I'm scared. Nope. I'm scared of Peter. Don't.
Yeah, more than one way.
We love the cat.
to chop down a tree.
That's still pretty.
Okay. All right.
That's not good for the environment, Tank.
All right. Okay. There's
There's
more than one way to be successful.
Or you could be literal. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel, and I'm sure most would agree, you've led with your talent. Like in a space or in a landscape where people are leading with a whole lot of other things.
like what?
Shock value, ass.
Oh.
I'll stop there.
Shock value and ass.
Maybe that's their talent.
Maybe. Because
But-
some people are really gifted.
But where I come from, you had to be able to sing.
Yeah.
You had to be able to turn all that shit off. You had to be able to sing. Thank God you can write a song. That's a plus. but then stand on that stage and deliver that shit like nobody's business. But you're also a unicorn in the fact that you act and you do all of these comedic things and have these like that. Now you're just showing off.
A lot of showing off.
Yeah, now you're just showing.
I mean, you're the one to talk. I told my friend I was coming on here, and I was like, "Yeah, Tank," and they're like, "The comedian Tank." I'm like, "Wait, yes, the comedian Tank."
Wow, the
Wow,
comedian.
somebody-
That's hey,
Somebody
that's
knows
really
that?
cool.
Yes,
That's really cool. 'Cause
Somebody been in one of my stand-ups.
Yeah.
yes. Wait,
yeah.
you're doing stand up now?
I've been doing stand-up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pick your brain on that because I'm getting ready. I'm ready for stand up.
I'm gonna tell you, there is no like blueprint. Like everybody's gonna have different advice for you,
Sure.
right? And different, just do it.
I know.
What's the worst that can happen?
I know.
She get booed.
Yeah, getting heckled. But I mean, I think that's a part of the process. Like
You
Dave
can
Chappelle, the most incredible storyteller comedian of our time, gets heckled.
You can rebuttal a heckle.
how
You're
would
fast and witty enough
Yeah.
to get back into. It's not what you think it is.
I just can't see Jay being like, shut the fuck up.
what have we met? I could most certainly say
To the
shut the fuck up.
crowd, though?
I've
Yeah.
told the crowd during an R&B concert to shut the fuck up. If the energy isn't right, I will call it out.
Yeah, but
Well, we gotta get back to that though. How do you tell the R&B? Because I've been to your show.
Yeah.
I could not imagine you in the middle of that show where it's like stars and beautiful things and great lights. And
I'm a Gemini.
Shut
I mean,
the fuck-
I don't know what that means to you.
I know
because
exactly what the fuck it means.
He seems very anti-astrology.
I have a
but-
daughter that's a Gemini. I know exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah, so we can...
What's your day?
yeah.
May 30th.
My daughter's May 26th.
A May Gemini. So an emerald gem is what I like to call us because the birthstone and Gemini, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell her. You know you're an emerald.
You're an emerald gem.
I'm going to call her as soon as we finish. No, it's just, I think, literally, just jump.
Yeah.
You have the material, like, you're funny. You're funny. And so it's just discovering how funny you are in this space.
Yeah.
And trust me, it goes a long way when you can get on that stage.
How long have you been doing stand-up, though?
I started years ago.
Really? Like, how
Yeah.
long?
Shit. Close to 8-9 years
Oh,
ago.
well, damn. You've been doing this. I had no idea.
But I literally jumped off the roof.
Yeah.
Literally. I had never been on stage before. And Chris Spencer is getting ready to go up in Atlanta and perform.
Damn, was that 8 years ago?
That's more than 8 years ago, probably.
Wow.
And that was more than 8 years ago. And Chris and I was like, bro, you here in Atlanta? You going on stage? He's like, yeah, what's up? He's like, you want to open? I was like, man, no, I don't be doing those, you know what I'm saying? Those, well, maybe. Yeah, I want to open. He's like, man, shut the fuck up. I said, no, I want to open for real. He was like, whatever. All right, just meet me up here. I was like, all right, cool. And I sat there and I just started writing jokes, right?
On the spot?
On the spot, yeah. What I thought were jokes anyway. So I start writing these jokes in these moments or whatever. And so I get there and I'm like, I see Chris. I'm like, yes. So what's up? So what time do I go on? He was like, this. Fuck you talking about? I'm like, what time do I hit the stage? I want to open. He's like, man, come outside. So we go outside. He's like, this. Are you sure about this? He's like, because this is what you should do. If you're gonna do it, I said, I got it. He said, yeah, but trust me, this is different, Tank. If you go, I said, I got it. He said, all right. Okay.
And how many minutes did you prepare?
I prepared see, that's the thing. I didn't know what minutes were as I'm writing jokes.
Understood.
I
So
didn't
it goes
know.
back to songwriting.
Yeah, it's
not
just-
knowing when to hook, not knowing when to.
It was completely foreign to me. I just know I had about 4 or 5 jokes.
I have 4 or 5 jokes.
You know what I'm saying? But I also knew that I was a storyteller. So if I needed to extend, I could just, I don't know, make up some shit, whatever.
Yeah.
And so when I get there are other opening acts. I thought it was going to be me and then him. There are other comedians. And when I say they are going crazy, they are fucking shit up. And I when somebody's singing good before I go on or performing good in the R&B space, I know what to do to combat that.
Sure.
I'll take my shirt off. I got you.
Yeah, that's my method. Every time.
Here you go.
Yep. There goes your comedy right there.
Yeah, what's that? So I had never followed a comedian that was killing. So I said, if you could give me 3 Patrons, just
3 of them.
3 of them. Just
Okay.
line me up with 3 shots of Patron really quick because this nigga's going crazy. I don't know what's going to happen when I get up there. Take these Patrons. He called me up to do this set. Called me up to do my set, and I do my set. And it's one of those things where anything that could go right went right.
Come on.
It was a magical moment. Like literally, like my ending joke. The girl that was supposed to be participating, it was this dance she was supposed to be doing, and to make my joke even bigger, she fucked around and slipped and fell off the stage. And I said, "That's my time. Good night." And everybody's laughing, going crazy. Like it was so crazy. Chris came on. He did it. When he started his set, he did his first 15 minutes about me. Like, this motherfucker that came on my. So I literally jumped out the window.
That's crazy.
Almost got booed in Inglewood, but that's fine. It happened. Almost got
Ebbs and
booed
flows.
in front of Babyface.
Oh, that sucks.
So I came back and sat back down. Babyface looked at me and said, "That took guts."
In babyface fashion.
right?
Babyface fashion.
And then somebody went on stage after me and did a whole 15 minutes about me and my outfit. So listen, that's
But it's
comedy.
It's
It
comedy.
is.
It's
You
comedy.
gotta have a lightheartedness and a thick skin.
You of all people can do stand up.
Okay, Ashe. I receive it.
And
do
you
it.
got when you go up, I'm coming. We're
Oh,
coming.
absolutely not. You will not.
What do you mean?
I want to do it like anonymously. I want to
How
like.
about we do it together?
Okay.
We just pick a spot. We'll go somewhere either on Lancashire or
But
maybe
you're seasoned.
I'm not seasoned.
This isn't like we're
seasoned.
jumping together. You've
Hey,
done
I'm-
this for 9
I'm
years.
not
You've done it
Kevin
in front
Hart or
of
nobody.
Babyface.
I'm not known as a comedian.
I mean, well,
just do
clearly you
stand-up.
are, because when I told someone I was
That's
coming
crazy
on
that
here,
somebody said Tank the comedian.
yeah, the comedian.
Let's do it together. You have way more comedic hours than I do. I know that for a fact.
Okay, I have some material. Well, let's yeah,
Listen, and then you have the trump card.
yeah. What's
When you go into them impersonations,
Oh, fair.
it's a rap.
Yeah.
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 It is a rap. It's the number one love in comedy. Impersonations?
Can you do impersonation?
No. I can do a couple, but they're not like great.
Can I hear him?
No.
But who do you do though? Just so I know, who can you impersonate?
I do Quincy Jones.
I could
you
could
do
already
Quincy.
imagine that you would do that well.
I stole that from Jamie. I do a Quincy Jones. And that might be it.
Quincy Jones is really big on horoscopes too. I met him and he asked what my sign was. He asked Devin, my husband, what his sign was. That's a thing for him.
Yeah, no, Quincy's different. Okay, all right. So let's do this. Let's
Okay.
go to the beginning.
Yeah,
Let's start at the beginning.
sure.
All right. The early Jade. Is it Jade Novah as in birth name?
That is not my birth name. That is my given name.
Oh. Okay.
Who gave it to you?
Me. I gave myself the name
Let me get
Jade.
that and that. Yeah, give me those.
Yeah,
Give me those
Put
too.
them
No.
together. Make a
So
little
where
magic.
does Jade Novah come from?
Well, Jade, I'm really into like stars and I'm really into crystals and all that. And Jade is like the stone that represents femininity and love. And then Nova, I'm into the cosmos, and Nova is an exploding star. So I just put those two together and then added an H at the end because why not?
That is really cool. Tank. Stellar Tank.
Stellar.
Tank Cutlass? She a Nova.
This guy.
Smart shit.
Well played.
I don't know.
The beginning. Let's go back to
Yeah.
Ohio, Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm from
Ohio?
Cleveland, Ohio. Born and raised
Born and raised
on the playground.
on the who did
Boom,
it?
boom,
Who said
boom,
it?
boom.
Boom, boom, boom. What you are when it ain't nowhere to hide.
Judgment comes from your
It's gonna
lay down. Gotta get the got it. Easy, Uncle Charlie.
Yes.
Are we done?
Done
Every
it. Got
fell
it.
off. And
Gotta
another
get
everybody. I don't wanna. Now they get that into the same.
You know the words?
An angel came to me, told me that easy business is, and I'm on a grind. You're right. You gotta go like I said. I mean, I know phonetically.
I have one question though.
Yeah.
Do you know Tasha?
I mean, of course, Cleveland.
The
thuggish, rugged Bones.
I just need to know if you know Tasha.
Of course. I mean, I don't know her personally.
I always wanted to meet Tasha
Maybe you guys should have her on the show.
and Tasha. That's how she ends.
You have to listen to that, to those few bars, like really listen to them to understand how trapped those bars were.
You talking about Tasha's bars?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They literally say, "Hey, come here, get Tasha. Come
Tasha
here.
was not playing.
Sing, just sing that we hear. You know what I'm saying? Just sing that shit. All right. Literally just that." And she definitely had a beer in her hand.
Well, yeah, probably.
Hey, and I said, Tasha.
Yes. Then she put the city on.
What?
Shout out to Tasha.
Shout out to Tasha.
Tasha.
Shout
So,
out to Tasha.
in the beginning, where does this love for music come from? Where do you find this?
I mean, I grew up in a musical family. Like my dad, he plays guitar, he plays keys, and he sings. And he was in a rock band when he was younger, actually.
Okay.
So I grew up listening to a lot of rock and roll. And my mother just loved Broadway musicals. She had like all the Broadway musicals on vinyl. And yeah, my sisters sing. So that was just sort of a love language in our house. Like we just sang, like kind of like the Black Partridge Family. Well, the Jackson 5. I don't know why I said the Black Partridge Family.
Right.
But yeah, because there's clearly an option for that. But yeah, we were like just a musical family.
And was it church related, or it was just more so?
Not so much church related. That came a little later in life. But yeah, just singing around. We would go to nursing homes and perform. My dad would write songs, and me and my sister would sing. And
No way.
yeah, so I've always been singing. That's always been my joy.
Was you singing lead?
Oh, I was definitely the Beyonce of the group.
Okay.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
And is your sister? Does she still sing? Was she?
No, both my sisters did at the time, and no, neither one of them do. No, one's a nurse, and one is a full-time mother of 6.
Oh,
She-
yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to your sister.
She spent her time.
Yeah. Raising that family.
She was listening to the R&B clearly.
Yeah. So when was the separation though for you, where you were like, this could be a career for me, or someone identified you as just being different than everybody else?
Well, I was in a girl group, and it started off with my sisters, actually. And then they went off and started doing their own thing. And then the woman who was managing us at the time just started bringing in different girls. I mean, I feel like they were probably because I was in this girls group from the time I was like 8 years old to 18 years old.
Hold on.
What?
Yeah. And in that whole time, there was probably about 12 girls who came and went. And I was the only one who stayed in that whole time. So that was
Did the name of the group change, or was it the same name
the
for
group
10
was
years?
called Total Package.
For 10 years.
For 10 years, yeah.
And they just kept repackaging.
I'm gonna keep That's good.
I mean, they were trying,
Yeah.
yeah, they were trying to find the right to complete.
Package.
Yeah. But that was my, I guess you would say, church or boot camp, and sort of learning how the industry worked and learning how to record in the studio. That's pretty much all we did, was record demos in the studio. And yeah, so 10 years of my childhood.
In
I was
Cleveland.
In that group. In Cleveland, yep.
Did you guys perform anywhere?
Very rarely we did. We did showcases around, like Gerald Levert. He was, I wouldn't say he was a part of it, but he definitely supported, and like whenever he had things, would allow us to come and sing. And we recorded at Trevel, which was his studio in Cleveland on 93rd and Way. Shout out
Oh wow.
to
Okay.
Trevel. But yeah, Joe Little, like a lot of
I know
those.
Joe
You
Little.
know Joe?
Yeah,
he
that's my
produced some
guy.
of my first records when I was a kid.
Joe was that guy.
Yeah, he's so talented.
Oh, my
Man,
God.
there's so much
talent
R&B
out
in
there,
Cleveland,
yeah.
and these are the guys that I was learning from and just working with as a kid, and in the studio almost every day. Yeah.
That's crazy. 8 to 18.
Yep. And then I hated it. I didn't like the way that
You hated singing?
I
Or you hate,
loved
like, what
singing.
part about it did you hate?
But the industry was different back then. You know, like there was no social media, and it was just this goal to get signed to a major label. You know, there was really only one sort of trajectory to find success at that time. And so everything that kind of went along with it, especially being in a group, because the group was very much manufactured, like how most groups were, where everyone kind of had this role that they played that was kind of predetermined. And since I'm a kid, like I didn't really know myself enough to know who I was and how I wanted to show up. I wasn't writing anything. I wasn't picking out my clothes. I didn't name the group clearly because I wouldn't have went with Total Package, no shade. But I'm just saying, like, I just didn't have any creative control whatsoever in that. And so I didn't like that part. I didn't like feeling like I had to be this sort of ventriloquist dummy to do my art. I'm carrying out someone else's vision and it's coming out my mouth. Like I didn't like that. So I stopped. As soon as I turned 18, I quit the group because I could. And honestly, I tried to before, but they wouldn't let me leave.
Who wouldn't let you leave?
Ooh, child, don't get me in trouble.
Bro, so you couldn't leave the group?
No, I tried. And then they tried to sue my family.
What?
Yeah, I tried to leave. They would not let me. We were under contract.
Oh, okay.
It gets a little dark. Maybe we won't go there.
It's fine. No, I mean, it's just
but having an understanding too, though, of what you get your kids into.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, this is an important part of this business as well,
Yes.
as far as, just even from the contractual state of, what you sign off for.
Yep.
What you sign or sign up for or sign off for.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yep.
Right? I think sometimes people, they see the dream and maybe not fully see all the things that come along with that, or, have a, we would have to have a crystal ball in a sense to, because people turn too, right?
Yeah.
We all know that, like, everything seems sweet until you're in it, and then they're like, oh, well, this is how it is. And since you're under contract.
And I've invested so much in you, you can't leave.
Yeah.
And I was, again, also the only girl who did sign the contract, which is why all the other people were coming and going.
Oh, wow.
And I had no choice. Like, I was literally forced in some instances to be a part of this.
So did you ever think of, like, at that point, before you're 18, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm just not going to sing at all anymore.
Well, that's pretty much what it came to. And I did stop. Like, even after I got out of the contract, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, because this is all I knew of the industry to be, was that I had to carry out someone else's mission and, sort of submit to everyone else and what they wanted from me. And so I started writing. That's really... Well, actually, I went through a period of I went to college. I just didn't, most people who knew me at the time didn't even really know that I sang or had ambitions for it. Like, I was just going to school. Like, I would do talent shows and stuff, but it wasn't like a true ambition. And then, do you guys know Yanni, the producer?
Of course
Yanni?
I know Yanni.
He's
That's our
from
guy.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know,
Yanni's definitely from Cleveland.
I made some YouTube videos around that time. I just playing around, and he saw it and was like, yo, you're in Cleveland? Like, come and like reference some stuff for us. We have this writing camp called the Skeleton Crew, man, and like, just come reference. And I was like, you know what? And he's like, well, I'll pay you. I'm like, don't pay me, just let me write too, because I've never been given the opportunity to do that. Like, I've always been carrying out someone else's songs and singing other people's, singing other people's song and carrying out other people's vision. So he was like, cool. So he just started giving me tracks, and I was trash at first, but he just believed in me and just gave me the space. And I was driving to Cleveland I went to Kent State at the time, and I would drive that hour to Yanni's studio and write and just really work at it. And I became so passionate about it, and I started falling in love with it. And realizing like, okay, I can do this if I have control over it, and get to be creative and take up space. I fell in love with it. And that was really the thing that shifted my trajectory again, and falling in love with music again was Yanni.
What was your first
that's
song
dope.
you wrote?
Oh, God. The first song I wrote with Yanni was called... Oh, God, I don't know. There's so many trash ones that I did.
There's so many trash ones.
There were so many. No, I have found like a little drive the other day that had all those songs. And I'm like, wow, he really had vision, because it was trash. I was trash.
trash on it.
was
I
a
listen to
little
my early
weird.
tracks. I'm like, this. Who is that guy? What
No,
sounds
that
like
process is real. That process is real, and it's and it's also a testament to the people who stay in it.
Yep.
Right? Because nobody's first song or their first track or the first thing that they do really sounds good. Ultimately, you know what I mean. You're trying to get to somewhere. It's so funny when you see people and they're like, "Yeah, that's the first song I ever did." I don't really be believing that.
No.
Depending on how the age.
Well,
right?
I mean, Tank's first stand-up, he nailed, so I guess it's possible.
That was definitely luck. that wasn't
also
skill.
too, I think with it might have been his first time going on stage, but it wasn't his first time kind of preparing
Telling
his
jokes.
mind
Yeah,
to tell
yeah,
jokes,
yeah.
That's
right?
true.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
first time you put
Yeah.
pen to paper
Yeah.
and decide, I want to try to write a song.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Saying that my first time ever, I had never written a song before and I wrote
Yeah.
the greatest love of all. No, you didn't.
No, you
Yeah.
absolutely did not write that song
Yeah.
on the first track.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that part, I be listening, but I be in my head, I'm like, you lying, motherfucker.
But I love that process though of figuring it out and then watching how over time it got better and better and
Yeah.
better. Like it was therapeutic. I loved it.
What would you feel like your indicator was that was letting you know that your songs were turning into something?
If it was something that I would listen to myself, like
Yeah.
if it felt like what I was hearing and if it felt like, because what I was listening to and the music that I loved was sort of my standard.
Right,
And if I
right.
felt like it could compete with that, then
Gotcha.
I knew like, okay, I'm figuring it out.
Because that's also still like, it's still like a gift to have that kind of ear, because you know how many people will listen to the radio, you know what I'm saying, or listen to some hot music that's out and know that hot music is out and still play you their music like their music is on that level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't really hear the difference. Nigga, my shit just as hot as this.
Incorrect.
It's not.
Incorrect. But as a singer,
the
though,
email that says this is perfect for you.
no, though I have a bunch of emails like that, and I'm like, are you sure it is though?
I got your next hit record.
Like, do you?
I be
though?
thinking like,
You do?
you think I'm whack? 'Cause this shit is trash.
Listen, you got my next hit record? What is your first hit record? What hit record have you written before? Like, how do you know?
Yeah,
Listen, we don't even know.
we don't even know.
Like,
But I think that us, and I'm sure both of y'all can relate to this, we have an advantage as writers because we sing very well.
for sure.
And so
For sure. What do you do very well?
sing.
That's
Yeah,
what you absolutely
yeah.
sing.
Very,
Yeah,
I would
yes,
think.
you
I
do
mean,
sing
look,
very
you're the
well.
one who
Yeah.
told me to stop playing it
Yeah,
small. So
yes,
I'm just
you
saying.
do.
I've been putting in work.
Yeah,
Damn it.
yeah.
But that kind of masked the bad songs too.
It does.
Where people thought that the songs were so much better than they were just because I could sing them well.
I used
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
accused of trying to sneak bad lyrics in.
Used to.
Because his brother Bob would say, "Nigga, that shit whack. You just singing it good."
No, I
All right,
think
you're
for me early on, I paid attention to lyric and melody a lot. So it didn't matter how great you sang. And that was just me personally. Like,
Yeah.
and maybe I might have dissected it a little too hard sometimes and been like, but for me, I always just wanted to be able to close my eyes and see the picture. You know what I mean? So, when people write these songs and they sing so great over it and you hear all the up and down and the Pentecostal scale.
Come on now, the Pentecostal scales. Come on now.
I know that ain't the right word, but we gonna leave it at that. But
They like it in the comments.
it might become that, right?
They like it.
But no, when you hear the vocal gymnastics and the whole thing, and it's just like, but what are you singing about?
Sure.
I get the emotion, I get the run. Where's the song though?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's funny because I feel like as I started to work with Tank, even more of those type of songs came through. Because they just think like, oh, well, Tank is he the guy when it come to that. And then I listen to it, I'm like, well, Tank actually really writes songs and
Period.
really dissects the records and makes sure that, the storyline goes and I don't know.
Yeah.
It gets tough sometimes with that
yeah.
part for me.
So when do you get from that? When you make that jump from Cleveland to, is it Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta was the first transition. So from those same YouTube videos that Yanni found me on, and they were super janky and old. I did them in like my dorm or something years prior. But Tyler Perry saw some of them, and I did a play with him, and that was the thing that sort of just changed
What's the
my
name of the
life
play?
again. It was called Medea's Big Happy Family.
Oh, you was
Oh,
on
you
one
was
of the
with
Medea
Medea.
joints.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And this was, very right after I graduated, and I was working a regular job.
Okay, shout out to that she graduated.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah,
everybody don't
come on
graduate.
now. Everybody don't graduate.
You know what? Tank didn't graduate.
I didn't graduate.
Okay.
I didn't
Jay
graduate.
didn't go.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's okay
I went for a little bit.
She's so funny. That's okay too.
Right.
No, it's
We
not.
all got our
No,
own
it's not.
path.
Shut
Look,
it.
I find some of the most successful people did not
Listen,
finish.
I had a full scholarship,
Where did you go?
Morgan State.
Oh, come on, flex. What were you studying?
I was studying music. I had a full scholarship in music.
Wow.
And I was minoring in piano, and it became work.
I could imagine.
And I didn't sign up for work, and then on top of it becoming work, now you want me to do homework. Like you want my English and math, like you want me to turn in stuff.
You have deadlines?
I got deadlines.
Ooh.
Who you what?
And then they're grading you?
And then you're grading me? How dare you?
How were your grades?
Huh?
How were your grades?
When?
Man. Nigga said when. When you went to school,
college.
how were your grades?
I don't know.
Wait, how long did you last?
A month and a half.
You sound like Devin.
He didn't get grades. In a month and a half, you don't get grades, bro.
I didn't get
I didn't
grades.
even go, and I know that.
Dang, were your parents tripping?
My parents didn't know what I was doing. Like, cause I was just in search, you know what I mean? And in between, I still had my church, stuff going or what have you that I was doing. So I had that. But then when it came to the school, I just didn't know. I didn't know where I was going because I wanted to play football. Football is where I was going. I'm going to play, running back for somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's where my heart was.
Yeah.
And so when that didn't materialize, and the school was trying to get me to school, I was
How
like,
dare it?
Yeah, how dare it? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do the music, and I just dove heavily. It's almost like the universe didn't give me an option.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the scholarship was one thing, but in terms of how it felt, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel right.
And once that happens, man, what are you doing?
And so I immediately abandoned it because it wasn't fulfilling to me. But when I would get in that studio, or or go live and be playing, for whatever church, whatever band, like that felt right. I was like, man, let me just live in here and see what happens with this. You know what I'm saying? And then I went on tour and all that cool stuff. But you go to Atlanta.
I did. So I did the play, and after
shout out to Tyler Perry too. Can we do that?
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
I say you giving opportunities.
A lot of opportunity to
did.
people.
Absolutely.
And this was when YouTube. This was really early in the YouTube era when they still had like direct messages. So I thought that it was like spam. I didn't believe that this was really his team reaching out to me. And so the message went like unresponded for a couple months, and I actually missed the opportunity to be an actor in it. But then by the time I reached out, they just had me sing background. So that's what I ended up doing. I was an understudy and I sang background on that tour. And then after that, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not working a regular job. I'm going to use this money, and I would go back and forth to LA and Atlanta from Cleveland still and write. I would get in with Yanni. I was getting with Eric Bellinger at the time. We were hella young.
Yeah.
And oh goodness, just writing, and then I got a publishing deal and I moved to Atlanta. And then a week after I met Devin. And that was it, my husband.
So let's go through those progressions, right? Because the tour, I've been on plays.
Yeah.
Really dope experience.
Yeah.
And it's one of those especially on stage, it's a real acting boot camp. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
It's
no
like
takes.
a runaway train.
Man, what? Ain't no takes, ain't no do-overs.
I learned so much from that time.
So you go from the plays, and then, you start writing, these songs. You're still working with Yanni.
Yeah.
How does LA come into play? Like, how do you get to LA? You say you're going
Is
back
Yanni
and
in
forth
LA
to
or he's in Atlanta?
Yanni at this point has moved to Los Angeles.
Got it.
So I was just sleeping on the couch. I would go out there and work, while he was out there.
Got it. And then you said publishing deal.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get into a conversation about a publishing deal? Had you placed records, or was it just based on the records that you had built in terms of the catalog?
It was the catalog, and I had placed a few records on Maya at the time.
Hey,
shout out to Maya.
Shout out to Maya.
Yeah.
So, and another one who took a risk on me very early on. So, I think I had
I can see that.
yeah.
I
No,
see
she's
that.
amazing.
I see you guys as kindred spirits. I see that.
My
Were you
fellow
already vegan
sister.
then?
Fellow
I wasn't. I thought it was so wild. Like her vegan stuff. I remember her eating like fruit, like some mangoes with cayenne on it, and that's all she's eating. I'm like, that's all you gonna eat today? Like nothing else is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
Nothing else is
didn't
gonna
get it. But yeah, she's been vegan since before it was like
Okay.
trendy.
No, she been doing it.
She been about
Yeah.
that life. So yeah, it was just pretty much the catalog I had, and then some of the records I did with Maya, and yeah, and then I used the money to go to Atlanta. I don't know. I mean, I guess I know why I didn't do LA. My manager at the time lived in Atlanta, so I went down there. Askia, he was managing me at the time, and so yeah, I went to Atlanta and I was just working and writing. And like I said, a week or two, there was a writing camp 2 weeks after I moved to Atlanta, and that's where I met Devin. And we were just putting a session together and just hit it off, man. And that was like my creative match. So yeah, that changed everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you start talking about, when we start talking about publishing deals, a lot of times I think for me early in doing my publishing deal, it was more or less freedom for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was the opportunity for
It
me,
allowed you
number
to move
one,
around.
to get my
Yes.
equipment,
Yeah.
Yep. To invest in
get
yourself.
all the stuff I needed to invest in me, get out of my mama pocket.
Correct.
Because my mama was paying for my keyboard bills. She was giving me gas money. I mean, the church wasn't paying me a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was doing what I could with that. But it was for freedom.
Yep.
And you know, and people sometimes frown upon those deals, those co-publishing deals, and say, you know, you should wait and don't do. But they don't understand the process of trying to create under duress.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Trying to build hit records with somebody banging on the door telling you something's due.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we've done it because we had to, but it's not ideal.
It's really not.
No, and it puts you in a position of mental freedom.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Of like, okay, well, I know this is taken care of. This bill will be handled for at least a year or
Yeah.
whatever it may be that buys you that time.
Yep. It's one less thing to
when you're
worry
going after
about.
success. When you're going after success, which ultimately that's every musician's dream is to be able to do music and not have to worry about your bills.
Damn right.
Yep.
Like music is my job and I don't have to worry about all the other things that come along with it. And sometimes within that, you may not do the best deal.
True. That's
is
very
facts.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, people should, in my opinion, people should have a understanding of, okay, it's a means to an end. I'm
Yep.
trying to get somewhere.
Yep.
I'm trying to get somewhere.
Yep. And I mean, I'm grateful for it, but in hindsight, I definitely would have done things differently.
Right.
You know,
Right.
thankfully, I was able to get out of it.
Well, because you're gifted.
Oh.
Right? So you were able to work your way out of it.
Oh, that's not what that was.
Okay,
though.
what did you
No,
Well, what did you do?
the company split up and fell apart, and the man who signed me, who was also from Cleveland, actually, and was like, "You're free to go.
Wow.
Shout
Let
out
me
to
go."
him.
I did not recoup.
You are free to
Oh, you got
go.
on recoup too?
I did.
The other side of the business.
Yes.
Because somebody got to eat that.
Yeah.
Somebody got to eat that.
So was your deal based an MDRC based or was it just cash based?
Oh, I think it was MDRC based. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember because I didn't know shit
What
about
year was
anything.
your deal?
Ooh,
That's a
this
good
was
question.
like 2000. 2010.
Could have been cash deal.
I don't know.
Could have been a cash deal at that time because they had started doing those.
I don't know.
I did mine in like
in the 1900s?
That's what my son calls
In
it.
the
1900s.
He's not wrong.
Because technically,
he's telling the truth.
Hey, you,
But-
So wait, you were born in the 1900s?
hey,
That's
you
fact.
still had to
Yeah.
put blood on the paper. Put the
Right.
blood on here for you.
a little, you sign with the
You
feathers.
signed with the fellas. I'd like to
I'd like to.
No.
like my advance and loaves of bread if you don't mind.
That's hilarious.
So you're in Atlanta and
Yes.
you have this pub deal now. Now
Yeah.
you have some freedom.
Yes.
And you found your man.
I did.
Found your
All
man
in the same
them.
month.
You
know what I'm
saying? Winning.
And that's got to be cool too. And
To have somebody to go through this with. Yeah.
Even in a creative space.
Yes.
Like that's got to be really cool to
Because
find
you
your match
definitely
there.
married like one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Right.
I did. I did.
Because we worked with him.
Wait, when?
years ago. Before I want to say maybe before y'all even were married.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not-
We had his
hey,
deal at
he's right
Motown.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin's so
And we was like,
talented.
that guy's really talented.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he doesn't even like to say that he sings, and it bothers me. Like when he goes and talks about the things that he's done, he rarely acknowledges the fact that he's also a vocalist, and very good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all like Ashford and Simpson.
Are we like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You gotta shine for your man. Look at you.
Yeah, that's bae.
Yeah, no, that's dope. So did you guys immediately become a writing and production team?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Like the first time we got in a session together, and I do remember the name of the song that we did. It was called Cat Got Your Tongue. It was very nasty.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
was just
Here you go. You just talked all this shit about
the
cats.
cats.
And now
Yeah.
Well, that's the cat
Bring it on
having
back.
charge.
Bring it on back. Bring it on back. Because
That's-
sometimes they got to get skinned.
Touche.
doing stuff with that cat.
But yeah, I just thought he was a writer because he did a co-write with me, but then I discovered all of the layers and
Yeah.
many talents of Devin Johnson, and I'm like, yo, I want to work with you. And he's honestly who inspired me to want to be an artist, because I was not an artist.
So you're purely writing at this point.
I was just writing.
Okay.
And I had no desire to be an artist whatsoever. And he's like, you're crazy. He's like, no one's going to sing these songs like you. Like, let's do this. Let's do something.
Mm-hmm.
And he inspired me to start the solo stuff. He's like, you already had some stuff on YouTube. Like, let's just keep going from there. And that was the vision. Like, we'll do some covers. I'll reproduce them. You don't have to, like, all of the anxieties that I had around being an artist, like, oh, the control or the label. He's like, nah, we could do this independent. Like, that was always the goal. He's like, we gonna own this. Let's just do this thing. Because he had come from being an artist. He was signed to Motown and he was able to get out of his deal. So we both had similar experiences and just kind of switched roles. And he's like, I know it from this perspective. You know it from that perspective. Let's bring all of our knowledge together and like do something that hasn't been done and like just really take advantage of social media. And so he would reproduce the covers that we would do. We were very strategic about trying to do songs that didn't have music videos yet, and then we would put them out first and we would go viral. Like that was the formula.
So if y'all found a song that was cracking, but they didn't have no video to it,
Yep.
you was the video
We
to
would
it.
do it, and we would
Oh, I
put
love that.
official video and get.
Way before Jacquees.
Let me.
Way before.
Yeah, I love it.
So it was Rihanna Diamonds came out, and he heard it. He's we gotta do this right now. So we hurried up and did it and shot a video like 2 days later and put it up, and then had like 13 million views and like
No way.
it was on Rolling Stone, like everything, like it was a whole thing.
Did y'all ever get a cease and desist?
No. I mean, they're covers, and it's YouTube. And YouTube was still like not what it is now, like where they can take your things down.
Yeah,
like
but
no,
you're still like cutting into the market share in
13
terms
million
of those
in like
yeah.
it was kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean the video wasn't the greatest, but it was
no,
there.
but I mean you're just tapping into the early connection of that song and people just wanting to see it or hear it wherever it is.
yeah, and they're like, I came here for Rihanna, but I kind of fuck with this.
Yeah,
Who are you?
yeah,
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the formula.
Here's
Did
my
Rihanna
question.
call you?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I ended up singing background for Rihanna, not mainly because of that, but
I mean, she knew you knew the words.
yeah,
She
I
knew
was
you
ready.
knew, you knew your part.
You knew your
That's what-
part
I
this
knew
time.
my part.
Last time you know your damn part.
All right.
Here's a question I have for you because a lot of times producers get accused of using their gifts and their songs to romanticize a woman. We get accused of this. They only want to do a late night session because I'm a girl. How did he sway you?
I swayed him.
I was about to say, or did you sway him?
I did. It was me.
We should do a late night session with cats.
Absolutely. It was me. Yeah, Devin wasn't really interested in me.
No. It was you.
It was
You
me.
gotta take that shot sometimes.
You know,
Yeah.
I did. And it didn't work. It didn't go so well.
What do you
He
mean?
rejected me. He did the first time, yeah.
I think we should just really focus on. I think we should really focus on the music and the business.
And it wasn't even that. I think he was like talking to someone at the time, and he was just like, I just want to see. He was just so honest, you know, because she didn't even live in Atlanta. He's like, I just want to kind of see where it's going. And it didn't go anywhere. And I waited. I was like, come on,
Like
guy.
this. All right, cool.
All right, cool. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
I'll just keep being quirky
Be
and
right
fun.
here.
Did you break out your crystals on him?
I didn't. I wasn't there quite yet. I mean,
Okay.
I guess I was because I was starting the Jade Novah thing, but it's almost like the name chose me. Because
Okay.
then I started to sort of become a
Started to
lot
become that.
more
Yeah, yeah,
into
yeah.
those things as time went on. Like, so yeah, I didn't put any spells on him yet. But yeah.
Got him now.
I did. It didn't take long.
Wow.
That man be out here producing and mixing and writing and playing.
Musical directing.
All of it.
The one
All
man
one
band.
man band.
Yes, I call him the husband because he
For
plays
sure.
all
That's
of the.
good. That's
yes,
really good.
It's a good pun,
Yeah.
right?
The husband.
Have you seen the show live?
No, I haven't.
I went to see the show live. It really cool. They put together a really dope show.
Thank
you guys put
you.
together a really, really dope show.
Thank you. Yeah, storytelling has always been a big passion for both of us. So
Mhm.
just the synergy, it just made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get to Jade Novah.
Yeah, let's get there.
And the first project, your first outing, building your first moment. What went into that?
It's All Blue, right? The first
All
project?
Blue, yes, the first project. Really just from the years of doing covers and like mixtapes and things like that over the years. It took a while. I think it was 2018. So literally 6 years after we had been working to put out the project. But yeah, it was. We had moved to LA in that time. So like 2015, we moved to LA, and that's when our minds just started changing and we started unlearning a lot of things and just kind of being around more like-minded people.
LA will do that.
LA changed some things for me.
Yeah.
And All Blue was like the manifestation of that change in me, which is why I was saying like I think I kind of became Jade Novah like in that time that I was in LA, like really transformed. And All Blue is just the embodiment of that for sure.
And how do you feel like it was received?
It was really well received. It debuted #2 independently on the iTunes chart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, it did really well. It did really, really well. And I'm really proud of it. That's my baby.
Yeah.
All Blue is probably my favorite project still to this day.
So for you guys, now going into the space of releasing your own music, can you give us a little bit of insight of how that went, right? Being your own label,
Process of
putting your
lining
own
it up.
money up, like, you know, because people, everybody yells independent. Everybody yells independent, or you know what I should or shouldn't do, but they don't really know all the things that go into that. Being your own publicist, your own marketing department,
Yes.
figuring out content. Can you give us a little bit of insight? You know, just did you guys put together a budget starting off, or were you just like, you know, whatever come in, we putting toward this?
Yeah, we were really winging it early on. Like
Okay.
and it's funny because we went to your fireside chat at South by Southwest where you were talking about if you knew what you know now then, like about setting up a business and like really putting things into place to really run your stuff like a true business, you know? I wish that I had known what I knew now then, because we were just kind of winging it and we were taking advantage of more non-traditional ways to get visibility. So like the covers, for example, or my comedy, for example, which is another thing that Devin sort of encouraged me to do. Like, yo, it's all gonna feed itself. Because I'm thinking like, okay, well, if I do comedy, are people gonna be able to take my
me
music
serious.
seriously?
Yeah.
But he's like, nah. Like it's a thing. Like just it's all you. It's authentic. Just keep showing up like, you know, authentically. And so those were the things that gave us the visibility, that gave us this social following for people to just organically want to tap into the music. But we did do a distribution deal with the first project. So we went through Empire. So we had help on that front.
Okay.
So it wasn't like we were, you know, doing it alone.
Shout out to Gazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tina had just come on at the time. So yeah, it was, we had help and we had set it up in a way to where we had already done the project was done. The album was done. Everything was ready to go. They were just there to really just help us handle more of the administrative things that you were talking about, like the PR and the marketing. So yeah, though we were independent, we definitely had that help with the distribution. But yeah, I think now though, we're more in a space of doing things completely independently, where we're handling our own budget allocations and marketing and running ads and more of the business side of things that I would have loved for us to have done back then, because then we would have, we've all been ours at the time. But, you live, you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what was your standout track from
the new project or from All Blue?
All Blue.
I think the most popular one was All Blue, but my favorite was Cosmic Love.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cosmic Love.
Cosmic Love.
You just leaned all the way in.
You know what I'm saying? I
I
dove all the way into it. Yes, Cosmic Love
Was that
my
purposely
favorite.
done?
What now?
For you to find that space in music for you, right? Because they have, people have toxic music. People have, people have, nasty music. People have cosmic music. You know what I mean? Like, was that what you sought after? Like, okay, you know what? I want to make my projects and my music about this. I want to put this into the songs.
Absolutely, that was the intention. At this point, Devin and I were already married, I think 3 years when the project came out, and I saw the beauty of partnership. I saw a healthy love that I honestly had never experienced before. And so, like you said, the narrative in music is this divisive mindset, especially hip hop and some R&B, right now. It's not promoting Black love. It's very angry. And I'm like, no, we need to show and we need to be a light in this industry that doesn't have much of that. Right. So it was very much intentional to be cosmic, to be a light, to be high vibrational. Like that's always been the goal, because it's authentic to who we are. And music, it's like a spell. The things that you say over and over and over again, lyrics are like mantras, and I just didn't want to be responsible for poisoning anyone with something that is low vibrational or that leads to their brokenness.
Yeah. Or that wasn't, and also isn't you.
It is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm saying that isn't you. Like giving them something that, because there are artists who are just, they sign up for what they sign up for.
Yeah.
And they, whatever the song is, and if it's a hit record, they're going to sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say no with the quickness. But I guess that's the advantage of being able to write your own stuff, right?
Yeah.
And not having to, because that's what it would have been for me if I had continued in that group and stayed, living under someone else's mission.
But you also have to decide what you're willing to live with too.
Yeah.
Because, it may be lucrative to sing this song that's outside of your existence in a sense. But for you, it's like, I'd rather live and die with me.
Sure.
And that's a hard decision to make.
Well, I guess it depends on what you want out of it. Like my idea of success has changed over the years. And my idea of success is only doing the things that make me happy. I don't have to be at a Beyonce level of visibility for me to feel like I've arrived. I feel like I've arrived because I have found my tribe and I'm able to be authentic. That matters so much more to me than having something that might be universally accepted, but I'm miserable singing it all the time. Like, if I'm not happy, then what's the point? Even if I do have this, from the outside looking in, crazy level of success, like, is it really success?
Listen, the greatest mindset, but not normal.
You don't think now, like in this day and age with all these independent creatives, that is more of the mind?
I think that because there's so much more money in independence, people are willing to do anything to get the money. Now they haven't, nobody's zoned in on this is me. People have zoned in on, this is where the bag is. And so that's been the excuse for people doing everything. But look at my bag, though. People will throw that out fast.
Like, what kind of things were they, where are they getting this bag from? I'm curious.
From streaming. From YouTube, from streaming, listen, big business from Fortune 500 companies have bought into the ratchet. You can get sponsorship for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Man,
absolutely.
crazy. That's crazy. And see, I always looked at it like music wasn't really the cash cow. Like music, of all the things that I do, I probably make the least from music unless it's touring. You know, I think brand deals or just, again, like more of the business of what we've created and not looking. Because, yeah, that's where the mindset shift came for me. Like there was a time where I'm like, oh, I'm an artist. I must be mysterious. And, you know, all these antiquated ideas of what it is to be an artist and not really understanding where we're shifting to. And so a lot of people hurt themselves by still trying to perpetuate that same idea of what it is to be an artist. And I'm only going, you know, I don't need TikTok or social media. I'm just going to post a couple times and do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, cool. You can do that. Or you can take the ego out of it and figure out how to make an actual business out of what you do.
Yeah.
And there are so many moving parts. And if you were doing anything, you have to do some things that you don't necessarily love. And I don't mean like in an integrity sake. I just mean as far as the work, you know, to get where you have to go. And a lot of people don't want to do it, which is why a lot of people end up just signing deals because they can just be a vessel for someone else's agenda. And I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you preaching now. Yeah, you preaching now.
Yeah, you talk the talk.
I can't.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying should be followed, in my opinion. Even if you do decide to do a deal somewhere, that's
Sure.
fine, but you
Yeah.
have to do the work.
Yes.
You got to do the work. If you really and truly believe in your artistry and you want the world to see it, when all these things are going on and everything that's going on in the world, posting that one time, unless I won't say in case, but unless that's just, you know, who you are, and that's fine, but
Sure.
you can't expect these
output.
results
Mm-hmm.
to come from that type of work ethic.
And you can't just rely on social media either. You have to build a community and you have to get their emails and you have to get their phone numbers and you have to not only rely on social media because social media might not be here one day. It's about the connection. And for people who are anti-social media and doing all the things that they have to do to get there, it's like before social media, people had to go out and do shows and grind. You know what I mean? Like there's always a hustle. There is always going to be something that you have to do if you really want to do it. And nowadays, even with some of my major label peers, like, you know, they still have to do that stuff too. And then the labels move reactively. So you still got to do it whether or not you have a label behind you or not. So you may as well do it.
Because the labels have changed.
Everything is changing.
Now they
Everything
waiting
is
on you.
changing. They're literally waiting on you. So if what are you doing it for? So that's why I asked that question. Like, what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get to the second album.
sure. Stages.
I love stages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
That you were wild for somebody's son.
Hey,
was great.
You know, again, something that's going on in social media and making a song out of it.
Yeah, somebody's son. I was like, oh, somebody's son?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Oh God, no, not today. You're not gonna get me canceled.
But that was I think that was my real introduction to you, that project.
Oh man,
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, she's dope.
thank you.
Like really, really good. And I don't like, there's no like, with your projects, like in listening to your projects, like there's no fall off. There's no saying where, you know, there's not a whole lot behind her, whereas you consider a major project versus the independent project. Like your project is competing and fighting for real space.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Sonically, lyrically, like, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about the shows. I haven't been to a show I want to go, but if he say it's a show, it's definitely a show because he don't go to shows.
Yeah.
I bought merch too.
You did.
Yeah, remember you signed my T-shirt. You signed my T-shirt.
He don't do that.
No, I don't.
So it's gotta be a thing.
Man.
If you got the Valentine to
I was in there.
He was in
Just stay
there.
Yeah,
just stay awake for an hour.
with all the cool lights and all. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't even have my size in merch. I said, you know what? All y'all got left is it? Okay, she been selling a lot of merch out here. Okay, cool. Give me the 2X.
You really got it tailored?
It's
take it.
fine. It's fine.
Well, he got it tailored. I
It's
love
fine.
it.
And what did you learn? What more did you learn coming from your first project to your second project that you felt was more useful?
I learned that this really is a business. I don't even know how much I want to get into what happened exactly, but it was a very pivotal time. For me, I had started doing radio, actually. I was hosting a morning show on V103 in Atlanta.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It was an experience.
Oh, yeah.
But
Up there with Reggie.
yeah. I love Reggie. Such a man.
Reggie
Shout
Rouse
out to
is my
Reggie
guy.
Rouse, man. He's a good guy, man. He took a chance on me, and it was an interesting time because I was learning a lot about myself. I wasn't really prepared for that world quite yet, and balancing still doing my artistry. Like, you have to wake up at 3:30 every day.
As soon as you said that part.
3:30, camera ready, be there.
Eastern time?
Eastern.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
3:30, because we'd be there at 4-ish to prep. And then I'm prepping with shade room articles, like all this low vibrational stuff. I mean, I get it, I understand, but it just was so opposite of what I normally consume and how I move about my day. And then, have to be there until like noon. And then I was touring on the weekends. It was a lot. It was a lot, and it was like my mental health was dwindling. I was holding on by like
a thread for sure.
Like it was rough. So in that, my output wasn't as great as it should have been.
Right.
It was taking me a really long time to get the project together, and ultimately, like, Empire and myself decided to part ways, which was really difficult for me because now I'm out here by myself. Like, I literally found out the day before somebody's son was supposed to come out that I had already gotten the song done and the artwork and everything, and they're like, no. And just kind of left me high and dry with this project. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I can do this myself. I figured it out. We spent so much money. We were doing a tour behind it. Invested so much money and time into it. I ended up leaving the station because I didn't have the capacity. And then the day before we were supposed to go on tour, the world shut down.
Ouch.
Yeah. It was a rough time. So I learned that regardless of all these things going on, that business is still going to operate as business, whether your mental health is able to keep up or not. And yeah, it was a really hard lesson, but we still put out the project independently, like without anyone else. And it debuted #1 that time.
Why not?
Come
Why
on.
not? Why not?
Let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that.
Completely independent. Well, all the obstacles that we had gone through, and it was a lot of them.
I'm sure.
But we still put it out, and the tour didn't get to happen. But that time during quarantine allowed me the opportunity to really just kind of revamp, learn more about myself, and just be more prepared.
Where were
forward.
you doing quarantine?
In Atlanta, thank God.
Oh yeah, he's wide open.
Yeah, thank God it was Atlanta. We had just moved back for the radio show, actually. So
what timing?
It was perfect timing.
And it was in Atlanta. Like, who was quarantined?
COVID what?
Y'all shut down?
You shut with y'all?
Man,
Why
we
y'all
shut-
doing it?
We might shut it down, but we not shut down.
Yeah, I don't know no nigga named quarantine.
I don't know no nigga name.
Yeah, nigga come around here, nigga gonna be up, nigga.
Who
Tell
that?
me. I was down in Atlanta strip clubs and everything. During quarantine.
Wow, bro.
Turned down for what?
Wide open. That's actually where I caught COVID.
Yeah.
I almost died.
Oh no.
What?
Dang.
Oh my God.
Do that dance you was doing?
What was
the
the
dance you was doing?
Oh no. That's the sick version?
Yes.
No.
Once he took his ass home.
Oh, because what I did was like we would have a nurse come and check me every time before I go into the house. So I'll go into my guest house, get checked out. Once I'm cleared, then I'll go in the house with the family. And so when I went to the guest house, the nurse came, checked me out. She's like, this one says positive. I said, run that back.
Not run it back.
Run it back. Call your boss to see if you can run me back one more time.
Who's your boss?
Who's your boss? There's no way. You brought me a positive test. That's what you did. And I was positive. And I didn't feel nothing until she said I was positive.
Oh, then your mind.
Hey, and then everything kicked in. I think I lost like 16 pounds and like
Jeez.
17 pounds in like 8 days. I was finished. Once I started not being able to breathe, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap.
Dang. Dang.
I was sitting there looking at my plaques. I was like, well, we had a good run.
Nah, everybody was gathered around.
No, because here's the funny part. They caught COVID three days later. So apparently I kind of already had it before I left because I went to Miami, whatever. So
you gave the COVID to Atlanta?
I gave the COVID to my family. I got it from Atlanta, but I came back, been around the family, then I went and took another trip. And when I came back, that's when I checked. I went to Cincinnati. Then I came back and checked myself, and I truly had the COVID. And I had the version. I had the one.
Yikes.
Was fighting for my life. I was like, that's how I was breathing.
How long were you sick?
I did all 10 days. I had to do all 10 days. I wasn't negative. I wasn't even feeling better until day 9.5. I wasn't even feeling good till day 9.5. But all that to say, y'all were down there in Atlanta during your time. So now so do you do anything? Are you able to do anything pivotal like during quarantine with this project to get the noise and the buzz going for it?
Honestly, I started to shift more into comedy at that point.
Got you. Let's talk about it.
I had got my agent reached out because SNL reached out and they asked me to audition. And they were like, would SNL. She audition? Because I know she does music. Is this even a passion? We've seen some of her videos. And I'm like, absolutely, I would. And it was a very interesting process, especially because it was during COVID. But yeah, I did the audition. I auditioned twice, and then I made it to test week, and I made it down to the final 8 people. Like I was very close to getting on that particular season, and it didn't end up happening. But I'm actually grateful that it didn't. It affirmed me in that this is definitely a space that I need to be. I mean, I knew it, but like it was the ultimate
nothing like SNL
confirmation,
cosign,
right? And I'm like, cool. This
a different type of cosign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I want to really focus this time on this. And because it's more self-contained, we were just shooting stuff at home, and I created, it was called the Real Divas series, where I was like impersonating all these different divas, Beyonce and Erykah Badu, and they were in the house with COVID, and it was just...
Yeah.
So can you go from one to the other just quick
like impersonating?
Yeah, like or do you need time to how does that go?
Oh God, I don't know. I've never had like a rapid fire.
Yeah.
We could try.
No, I'm just saying, is that how you do it? Like, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you have to do it.
Shut.
No.
I mean, like, if you would like to, but no, we don't have one of them type of shows.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I gotta do it.
Nigga
right
dance. No, we don't do that.
Now. Okay.
Even though the people in the comments be pretty much saying nigga dance.
Yeah.
But we're not like that though.
Thank you. No. I mean, I do one character at a time.
Okay.
I do one character at a time. But that was the time when I was really honing in on it, and just building it, and it supported the music too, because our numbers started going crazy just from these sketches that we were making, and so people were then going and listening to the music because ain't nobody had shit to do, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just, that was what was starting to take more of the focus, was just the writing and the comedy.
Here's the question: were you monetizing that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Where?
Did you find that there were more opportunities during that time as for that content?
Yeah, there was. And even in the music side, like I feel like I did so many virtual shows that I was getting crazy bags for.
He wouldn't do virtual shows.
Bruh, you missed out.
He didn't want to do it.
Oh, I was singing right in front of no one.
I was singing right in front of no one.
And I was getting the bread. I was collecting the checks.
I did one.
You didn't like it?
I did it with my band, so that was the only way I would do it. I was like, man, somebody got to be in the room, bro.
See, I mean, I had my husband. He was with me doing the stuff.
Yeah. But I was just like my wife and my kids just sitting there looking at me like, you doing it? I was like, nah.
You doing it? We believe in you.
I don't want to do that. And then my music is like sexual in nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just gonna take my shirt off by myself.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Just be like rubbing all on me.
Self-love.
Yeah.
It was like, it could have been like self-care.
I ain't feel it. But when we did the one with the band down at Keith Sweat's house, /studio/
Slash.
It was crazy. It was really dope. Yeah, I had fun. But yeah, no, your comedy was going crazy.
Man.
It was just hilarious. That's why I'm like, you got the ultimate trump card when it comes to stand up. Like dialing into these characters is just gold. Like, you know, with like Jamie Foxx, and like you putting yourself on that kind of level.
That's the goal. That's the goal. And even in the show that Jay saw, like the show feels like a variety show. So we would go in and out of, I mean, not necessarily stand up, but kind of, sort of.
Just funny, fun moments.
Just fun moments. And I would do the impersonations and, you know, telling a story from beginning to end. So it was already there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stand up is, man.
It's the same. And you actually are going to be, you're better prepared for stand up because you already work the stage.
Yeah, y'all have the cheat code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the jokes don't work, just start singing. Yeah.
Sing. Like,
yeah.
I will take my shirt off and sing in a minute.
Same.
You didn't do it in Inglewood. That would have saved you.
That wouldn't have saved me.
No? I wasn't there. Tank don't make no money from comedy, so I don't, like...
It was already
I see you when you get back, dog. Call me in the car. Call me in the car. No, I've been to a gang of them. No, I actually have been to a gang of them. And he's funny.
Yeah.
He's
you be
funny.
laughing for
no,
real?
and I'm his real friend.
Yeah. No,
like I'm like, Chief, that was too far. You went, we still got to sell some R&B. You wildin' with that one.
What do you talk about in your stand-up? Like, just give me an example.
Like, I really go through like my family life. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife, my kids. You know what I'm saying? I really tell those stories. You know what I'm saying? I tell some music stories. You know what I'm saying? I got comedy that I do from the piano.
Oh, that's
where I got
dope.
musical songs that are like, you know what I'm saying? I got a song called Trash, where I'm talking about a woman's vagina.
And it's called Trash?
It's called Trash.
I'm gonna need some context.
See, this doesn't work in the R&B space. I don't know why he's going to sing trash about. You know what? Whatever.
It works.
We're here now.
Whatever.
You may as well commit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trash.
Is that how you used to bring on records when you were on V103?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Trash.
This is Trash. On the People Station.
On the People Station.
I'm trying to figure this. You so sick.
This is Trash on the People Station. It's awesome.
It's the fact that it's so beautiful when he's talking trash about a woman's vagina.
Okay. There you go. I got it. Okay. Song goes, dry like the desert Sahara. Who died? Will it smell this way forever? I tried to put you on top, but you got no motion. I think we should just stop and face the notion that your pussy is trash. Yes, it is. Trash. Okay. So
I am not in support of that record.
I thought she was going to say her pussy needed lotion. Because that was
After
the
Notion?
Yeah,
After Notion?
with the lotion, where you gonna wipe
The
it?
motion, the notion to the lotion.
I think we should stop and face this notion.
That was really good. Yay.
Is that
It was good.
Nope, I'm not rolling.
We're not?
I'm not rolling.
I liked it.
We still got to sell R&B music. This nigga tripping. And that's the conversations that we be having.
That's what we have. But it was in the joke space. It worked.
Yeah.
I be having to remind him he's still Tank.
Not on R&B stage. So I needless to say, I cut that joke out of there.
It didn't go over well?
No, it went over very well, but we still got to sell records.
And you don't think you could from that? Because that's only a specific person.
I have enough jokes to where I didn't need to take a chance with that one.
That's fair.
So I was like, let me not, women in here like me. So
might trigger.
you might trigger something.
Yeah.
This nigga told me.
It It was good.
All right,
though.
so now let's focus. You have an album out now.
Woo!
Here
we go with the great singers wanting to sing bad.
But you gotta.
I can't do that. That's not how my runs work.
No one's does. But, I mean, not.
No,
us.
people do have.
They do that.
Yeah, the chin
We
run.
don't like that.
I can't. I don't
But
have the chin run.
try it.
Mine is all
But
this.
okay, that was great. But yes, new album. Who this?
Describe this process because it's got to be different from the first two. You've lived, you've learned.
Yes.
Well, now you're talking about where I've been.
And now you
Period.
come on now.
Come on. Where have I been? It is a concept album. It's like combining storytelling and contemporary R&B music. So it's a love language origin story. It's a journey to self-love. So it goes back to my childhood, and my dad has not been very verbal about love or words of affirmation. He wasn't like, oh, my pretty girl, my baby girl. Like, that just wasn't his give. And I'm coming to find out that's a lot of people from that generation didn't really know how to verbalize love in that way.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how my love language became words of affirmation, because I didn't get it from him. So I was looking for it in all these other people. So it goes on this journey of how I navigated my relationships with sort of this kind of baseless thing of, oh, if you tell me you love me or if you tell me that I'm pretty, then that's enough to make a relationship work, and not, action behind it. And so ultimately, I learned how to use words of affirmation to affirm myself. And that's why it becomes this sort of self-love journey. And I have really, really amazing features on this project because I wrote it out like a script. I wanted it to feel like visuals through sound. And I wanted the project to be something that you could immerse yourself in and not have to have a screen. Like, we're in the age of where the visuals? I want the visuals, sis. And it's like, nah, let the music. It's supposed to be an audio experience, and we've come away from that so much, and everyone's just kind of distracted by all the ass you speak of and all the smoke and mirrors that we've discussed, No.
I haven't spoken of ass.
No, not you speaking of ass. You talk about how people.
He spoke of it.
Babe.
Oh, you did?
There's no other ass on my mind.
He was talking about it for promotion.
For
promotion.
Promotional ass.
Only for promotional use.
But just visuals have become such an expectation, and I wanted people to really be able to immerse themselves and hear the music and feel like they were in my world. And so, that was the intent. And Wayne Brady played my dad on it, which was really cool.
Come on, Wayne.
I love
random.
I just always hear good things.
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady
played my
choke,
dad. Choke a bit. Yes, that Wayne Brady. Leslie Odom Jr. played my love interest. He played Miles. Tony Baker played my boss.
Tony Baker is absolutely hysterical.
So
when I heard
funny.
him on there, I was like, he is so stupid. He don't even be trying to be funny, and he just
It's
funny.
just his voice,
It's just
right?
his voice.
He literally has just one of those voices that he could say anything and
It's
it
a
would be
gift.
hilarious. Yeah.
It's a gift to either look funny or sound funny.
And luckily, he just sounds funny.
just sounds
He's a nice
funny.
looking guy. He's a vegan guy,
He's a vegan guy? He's part of the vegan
guy.
land?
He is. Well, he said that he don't like to say that he is because then people have a really high expectation from if he ever ate a cookie that wasn't. He just don't want that pressure.
Okay, gotcha.
So he's like,
gotcha.
I
I don't want that pressure. I just want to be able to just eat it with nobody looking
With
over
the
my shoulder.
morsels.
Just the morsels. You know what the morsels are?
That's really good. So you do a Tony Baker impression.
No, I don't. I just did that just now.
That was really good.
But I
He's
watched
working
so
on it.
much of him.
He's working on it.
I watched that fool all
He's
the time.
so
He's so
funny,
funny.
man.
Yeah. That's dope. Because when it came on, I was listening to like the narration and the story and your job and all of this.
Come on. We got Tabitha Brown, another vegan. Tabitha Brown plays my therapist.
So what is going
you have
on?
to
Are
be
you just
vegan to be on the
recruiting
album?
vegans?
And Kenyon Dixon, another vegan. I'm just saying.
Are you recruiting?
Yeah,
I saw Kenyon and Nobu. I don't know what he ate.
Are you telling on him?
No, I'm just saying I saw
Bro, you
him there.
can't be a vegan snitch, bro.
But
Are
listen,
you snitching?
first of all, if you gonna say you vegan,
I don't want to see you at
I don't want to see you.
Why can't he go to Nobu?
No, you can go to Nobu. You can go to Nobu. They got great vegan options in Nobu. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Are you recruiting vegans? Is
It
that
was
what's going on?
unintentional. It was
Is that
unintentional.
why I'm not a part of this project?
I asked you to be a part of the
no,
project.
you did not.
I did.
When?
You don't.
You're not
I did.
vegan.
No, I did. I reached out. I wanted you to be in it.
You reached out to who?
Devin reached out to Jay.
You're not vegan?
He's like, look, I'm not going there. But
not
yeah,
vegan?
I did. I wanted you to be on it. I did.
I won't miss the next one.
Okay. Yeah. But that's the project.
And I'll go vegan while I do my part.
Really? You'll be plant-based during the process?
I've gone vegan.
Okay. How
Yeah,
long?
I
What's the longest you've done?
Shoot, I went vegan. I was doing vegan for maybe like 6-7 months.
Okay.
And then I went vegetarian for a while, then pescatarian. And then when I started training, I felt like my body was crying out for meat. Pause. Again, I just feel like it needed to.
Your body was crying out for meat?
No, you can't do that once I pause it.
Okay.
Once I pause, we got to get out of
there.
there. And it just like, because I'm training twice a day. So I felt like I needed that kind of protein.
I got you.
Pause again. So that was kind of like, but I still dabble in vegan food, raw food. Like I had a raw chef that I would call, and she would make dope raw dishes for me and bring them over, like all of that stuff.
Have you tried Wild Living Foods down here before?
No. Where's that at?
It's downtown. We stopped there on the way here. It's incredible.
Wild Living Foods.
They figured that shit out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They have raw burgers.
But why is it all the way downtown?
I don't know,
Jesus
but it's amazing.
Christ.
It's worth it.
It's worth the drive.
That's where the vegans go? Downtown?
No, it's a vegan spot right up here, Crossroads. And
Crossroads is everything. In West Hollywood.
No, in Calabasas.
Oh, they did open up a new location.
I think it's I think Kourtney Kardashian and her husband. I think that's their spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Travis Barker's spot.
Yep, Travis, yeah. Because they full vegan, like giving her supplements, all that stuff, all vegan. So they're heavy.
Hell yeah. They could have been on the album.
They could have. You get Travis Barker. I know you're going to get him next time. I know
next
you
time.
All the vegans.
How are you feeling about the movement of this project so
I'm
far?
feeling really great about it. I am. I think just there's a lot of relatability with that self-love journey and sort of that vulnerability and talking about therapy and just sort of, falling in love with yourself is something that a lot of people can relate to. Even the story that I was telling you with my dad and him not being able to verbalize love. There have been so many people who've been reaching out and just telling me like, yo, like this has inspired me to go into therapy or just inspired me to have these conversations. And, because really it's about accountability too. And like Wayne and I have a duet on the project that's called Maybe It's Me. It's a father-daughter duet, which I hadn't really heard too much of in R&B.
Yeah.
Everything's usually romantic love or friendship. But this duet between a father and a daughter just saying, at some point, I can no longer blame you for the way I show up in my relationships because you were doing the best that you could. Now it's up to me to be the change in myself so that I can show up and be in more healthy relationships. And so, yeah, people were like, I'm going to have a conversation with my father. I'm going to have a conversation with my mother. And then I released a self-love workbook that's sort of a companion to the album to give people a space to sort of write their own stories and to kind of like do their own healing and work. It's got like inner child activities and self-love activities and then just journal prompts based off of the songs from the project. So I'm really falling in love and embracing this like healing wellness space that sort of organically come from this project.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been beautiful.
And it's completely 100% independent.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. What's the name of the label? Tell us the label.
Oh, Let There Be Art.
Let There Be Art.
Because we are creators. Let There Be Art. And, it's Devin and I's company. And we're actually getting ready to launch an indie collective, like an initiative to help empower other independent artists. Sort of what we were talking about, right? Like creating that blueprint. Because a lot of people don't know the business of being an independent artist. And they get overwhelmed by publishing. There's so much money that is out there that people are not collecting. I'm just saying there's so many things that we have learned along the way over the course of doing these 3 projects and just sort of creating a blueprint for people to be able to focus on the creative and not have to worry about all of the nuances and getting your publishing and getting your songs registered. Like there are people who are doing this at a very high level who are independent artists who didn't even know that they could how to upload their music to DSPs. A really good friend of mine is giving someone 10 or 15% of their publishing because they put the music on
Just
the
to put it up for
DSP.
'em.
And I'm like, you don't gotta do that. There's better ways, know. And so just really giving them the tools, and then also creating a wellness initiative. We're starting a residency down in Atlanta called Spaces, where it's gonna feel like you know, it's for independent creatives, but it's also going to be a space where we have speakers coming in and teaching financial literacy or mental health. You know, we're going to do yoga and stretching and mindfulness because it's holistic at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because I learned that when I went through my depression, trying to, you know, navigate all these things and not really take care of myself first. That's important. So to be successful, it has to be holistic. And so I'm really excited about launching that through our company, Let There Be Art, and really just giving other independent artists a blueprint, because we don't have it, and we don't have to go through the major label route. They make it so hard. We were just talking about that too, you know. They make it hard to figure out how to do it yourself. And it shouldn't have to be that hard. It's all there. We giving you the information.
Yeah.
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 No, that's dope.
Did you know that when you were in Total Package that you would become the Total Package?
Come on, manifestation. I kind of do keep becoming the
Like
names.
I'm telling you,
I
like
say.
you're everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's really dope.
Thank you.
It's really dope to see.
Thank you, friend.
And the husband and wife combo.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Fire.
Yeah, y'all gotta have Devin on here one day.
We got it.
He
Yeah.
could have sat on my lap. Devin, where you at?
You probably sit on his lap. So here you go. Like I got him. I chased him. No, you sit on his lap.
Oh yeah, I can sit on his lap.
All right.
Oh, here he go. Here he go. Here he go. Here he go. What you got?
Jade
Yeah.
Novah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Jade Novah.
Somewhere amongst the stars and the quasars
And all the cool shit.
and all the cool shit. There are some songs that mean a whole lot to you. We'd like to know what these songs are.
These otherworldly songs.
From your third eye. The people want to know your top 5. Your top 5.
Come on with it.
Top 5. Your top 5 R&B singers.
What else?
R&B songs.
Oh, yeah.
We wanna know. You've got to show. What world do we go when you let us know? Your top 5. Yes. Rawr.
Not rar.
Now, top 5. Your top 5.
Hallelujah. That was really something. So, what you want?
Here we go. Here we go.
Tell her what you want. Tell her what
Jade
you need.
Novah.
Yeah.
Tell her what you need.
What's that?
Your top 5 R&B singers.
Ooh. Wow. I'm not good at favorites, but I will tell you 5 people
That's fine.
that I love
That's fine. Yeah.
in R&B.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stevie Wonder's my ultimate. I mean, I can say that's number
Yeah,
one
it's-
without a doubt.
I love that. I love that.
Stevie
That's it.
Wonder is, what are we talking
Stevie Wonder.
about? He's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
La voz.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brandy.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is getting hard because there's a bunch more that I want to name, and now I don't know how to consolidate.
Just go fast.
Ooh, can I do like 10?
That's what I said. Just go fast.
Oh, okay. Tony Braxton.
Tell her.
Mm.
See? You going slow.
Tamia.
Tamia.
Tamia is so cold.
What?
She does not get the respect. She is so cold.
Tamia is one. She is a huge inspiration.
She is a flat-footed, standalone singer.
Singer.
Don't need nothing
else.
Yeah.
Jesus
Incredible.
Christ.
Tamia is it.
Absolutely.
I gotta say Beyonce too.
You
man.
have
Come
to.
on.
I
You gotta
mean,
say
with this,
Beyonce.
why?
What?
How wouldn't
How
you?
could I not?
You better.
Of course.
Shit.
I think that was 7.
Top 8.
I knew he was gonna sing that on you.
Top 9. Okay. You gonna stop there?
I mean, there.
I did ask the question. I did.
I'm gonna stop there.
Good.
I feel good. I feel good about
your
that.
top 5 R&B songs.
Overjoyed by Stevie. That's
Come on, build your castle of love.
Yeah. Ooh, this is hard. Oh my God. I should have been prepared for this. Can y'all edit this so it could be a lot quicker?
Nope.
No, we need all this. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, R&B songs. Tamia, you put a move on my heart.
Oh, yeah.
That's up there for me.
Love that song.
That's
Every
an
time I hear
all-timer.
it does something.
Shit, she sang the shit out of motherfucking
What?
song. Oh my
What?
God. This way before auto-tune. Way before pitch correction.
Yeah, Tamia
Singing.
is incredible.
Sorry I had to say that out loud.
It's okay.
She sang it correctly. Yes.
She did. Ooh, y'all.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me go pull that song up and let's do it in the car
You should.
as soon as I leave.
You should.
Oh my God.
Q's Juke Joint was an incredible project.
Incredible.
And then obviously her first album was incredible as well. Oh, R&B songs. Okay, so we got Stevie, we got Tamia. I'm just going to try and pick one from each of the people that I said to just make things easier.
I'm into that.
So, Brandy. I really love Say You Will by Brandy. I know that's like a wild card, but I really love that song.
Resonates with you. Yes.
I really love that song. See, Tony. There's so many Tony songs. I mean, Unbreak My Heart.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Let me
Why
play with
not? Who do we have? Beyonce. Ooh. I love B-Day, that whole project. Can I just do that?
You can do
Yes,
that.
you can.
You
B-Day.
can do that.
B-Day. Ooh.
Go ahead.
Destiny's Child. Destiny Fulfilled has some crazy projects, some crazy songs on there too. I'm not doing a good job.
Top 12.
Oh my goodness. I think have I not
You stop
done?
there? You can stop there if you want to. All right, keep going. All right, let's do your Voltron.
Okay.
This is where you build your super R&B artists. All right, so we're going to see who you're going to get the vocal from, the performance style, the styling, the heart of the artist, and who's going to write for these artists, you songwriter. Here we go. Who are you going to get the vocal from to build your super R&B artist? One vocal.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Because
Because she's Whitney Houston.
She's Whitney Houston. She's the guy.
Is ballads all time.
There goes the voice.
It's tempo. It's up tempos all time. It's whatever you want.
It's whatever you want. It's whatever you want. Okay. Yep. We're gonna go with Whitney Houston. I'm grappling with her or Beyonce for a reason. I think
Because Beyonce can rap.
Beyonce can do anything.
With Beyonce?
With Beyonce?
With Beyonce?
Beyonce Houston? Whitney Knowles?
Whitney knows.
Yeah.
rolling.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. There's something about them as one. I mean, honestly, Whitney Houston can sing whatever too. She gave us Queen of the Night, and she has range.
I feel like if whatever the time would have required of Whitney Houston,
that she could have delivered. True. So in all fairness, either one of them interchangeably, just depending on
we've
what
just
era
seen the progression because Beyonce's the evolution
of Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That versatility that both of them have, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Whitney knows performance style on stage.
I'm gonna have to go with I might have to go with Doja Cat.
Ooh.
I might have to go with Doja Cat. Have you looked at some of the clips from her Coachella performance?
I've seen her perform.
She cold-blooded.
She's a monster.
She is
cold-blooded. Doja Cat is cold-blooded.
She allows the people, and it's clear, she allows the band to do what they need to do. She allows the creative director to do what they need to do. And she clearly studies and rehearses and puts on a good ass show.
Absolutely.
She is very talented.
Fire.
She is incredible. I'm going to have to go
Great
performance
call.
with Doja Cat.
I
Yeah, I
love
like
that.
it. I like it.
Styling.
Rihanna. There's nobody cooler. There's nobody cooler. Rihanna's the
You
coolest.
building something right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Building something.
Playing Legos.
Selling 100 million records independent.
Period.
Independent.
The passion of the artist.
Ooh, the passion. I'm gonna have to go with Jade Novah.
Yeah, come on.
Listen, because you fighting for this
I got the
space.
passion.
It's all on your own.
Yeah.
All out my
You know what I'm
account.
saying?
Hell yeah.
She got the passion.
I'm not playing out here.
Yeah, she been doing this since she was a little baby.
Been doing this.
You
I was
know.
signed since I was 8. I was under contract.
I was stuck.
I was
a
under duress
slave
at 8.
since I was 8.
Michael, sing this song, Michael.
That's really good. A man of many gifts.
Listen, your passion is real.
Yeah.
Your passion is real. Who's writing for this artist?
Ooh. Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder. I think that might be a cop-out, though.
Okay, we'll get deep then.
Because now I feel like I've created a very modern artist.
Mm-hmm.
So mayhaps.
Mm-hmm. Don't be scared.
Frank Ocean.
I'm
interested.
interested as well.
I'm interested to see what that looks like. Yeah. Yeah, because Frank Ocean to me has Stevie Wonder isms in the way he paints a picture. He's
You've piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, this is a very interesting artist that we've curated.
I mean, the artist is not interesting. The artist is a monster. But choosing Frank to write is interesting.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
I want to hear it.
I
I'm
want to hear that.
intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Because it's gonna have
amazing Beltron.
It's gonna have a different type of depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a commercial thing.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's truly art. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting.
Like, that's how you build a cult. Build a cult following with that type of material.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've come to that time.
What's happening now?
Yeah. Cool shit.
Cool shit. I ain't saying no names.
Hey!
I ain't saying no names.
Come on.
I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. Where you was, who you was with, what you did. Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah!
What does it all mean?
So, we've come to that point.
Okay.
Very special segment of the show
Talk to him.
Okay.
where you tell us a story, funny or fucked up, or funny and fucked up. The only rule to the game,
Rule.
you can't say no names.
Not a one.
Oh.
Come on, give us something good. Come on, straight from Cleveland, Ohio, by way of Atlanta,
Period.
Georgia.
Period. What? Ooh. Oh God.
Yeah.
Funny or fucked up?
Or both.
I mean, I kind of already said one of them. Well, two. Guys. Funny or fucked up? Okay. Kind of fucked up. Really fucked up, actually. A very dope producer
Okay.
who wanted to work.
Yeah.
Kind of back to what you were speaking on earlier, yeah?
Yeah.
Just really wanted to work, and I was really excited because this producer is very dope and very relevant. And he sent me a DM, and I'm like, great, let's work. Here's my husband's information.
Yeah.
He's my partner. We're gonna collaborate or whatever, and then
This DM didn't have to do nothing with no husbands.
he went ghost, and I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed. But yeah, and it wasn't me trying to like even put this is the way I work. Like he's my business partner. So like it just was what it was. And yeah, I never heard from him again.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely for
listen,
the best.
I mean, he
Definitely
wanted
for
to
the
work, but he didn't want to work.
He went to
Work.
He wanted to work. He wanted to work.
So I'm with you on some of your women friends who say that that's an interesting thing to navigate, and the conversations that I have had are wild, and so I think that I lost my ability to have that, whatever that thing is, to be a single woman in this industry, because I've heard that it don't even matter. There's a lot of opportunities that I feel like are not given because people's intentions are
because you're not allowing a certain access.
Exactly. So, but like you said, it's for the better, because then you're weeding out the bullshit.
Well, and it's for you.
Yep.
Like your path and how you want to go about this thing is just set a certain way.
Yep.
And everything that go alongs with even just how you create your music, it just doesn't warrant that.
Yeah.
Like yours is just different. So
Period.
I commend you on your path.
Thank you.
Commend you. I mean,
Congratulations.
However you go about getting your business done, God bless you. I have no judgment at all, but I commend you on how you've gone about your business. It's very admirable, very respectable. And as Jay says, should be studied.
Yeah. It should be.
I want to hear these stories. Y'all do the song again, and then y'all tell me some shit y'all know.
Nope.
Well,
Play it again.
You're in the hot seat, so we're gonna keep it on you.
Okay.
Jay, you're super dope. We first of all appreciate you coming, because we know
Thank you.
your time is real money.
Yeah.
Your time is your money.
Yeah.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
It ain't nobody else's. It's your money.
That's true.
And we appreciate you being here. We are 100% in support of you. That is why you are here, so that we can celebrate you and let people know who and what you are. And this is always available to you.
Yeah.
Aw,
Always.
Thank you.
No, and I'm so proud and inspired at what you both have built here. Like, it's so necessary.
Yes,
And I love that y'all highlight independent artists as well, artists from all walks of life. Like, this is some really dope shit. I mean, this is dope shit that you've built. Now you got a tour popping from it. Like, you're doing
You're
all
not
the
gonna do
things.
this. You're not gonna turntables.
You got the chain about it.
I got the chain.
I saw your plaque about it.
You're not gonna do this.
That's incredible.
It's about you.
No, but I'm saying, like, I'm grateful, man.
Yes, ma'am.
Like the give back, because y'all are legends in this, and it's crazy.
Awesome.
I'm honored.
Appreciate it. Well, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B. Fight for yourself, because that's what this young lady does at a high level. Jade Novah in the building.
Thanks, guys.
Ooh, yeah. R&B money.